Okay, boys. It's almost 8 o'clock at night and we're still at it. And these guys are just awesome. Still trying to figure out the cylinder 3 misfire. What the mess. But look at that sunset. Ain't that nice? Yeah. Hopefully we won't spend our weekend here doing a reset. If we can get it fixed tonight, yeah. Hey family, what's going on? Welcome back. I know it's been a day. Me and Dad are already back at it again. In fact, we've already made one delivery, which I know is kind of weird. Normally we start things off at the yard, but right now we're over here in Briggs and something, I forget. Briggs Junction over here in Oregon, looking at Washington State. So this boat we've got, a little windy. This boat, we just stopped off in Redmond, Oregon, and we delivered the boat there this morning, or Dad did. I didn't. I was literally asleep about a couple hours ago when he made the delivery. Now we're going to Kelowna, and we've got a backhaul this week. It's actually pretty good. It's picking up over here in Moses Lake, Washington, and going to Bessemer, Alabama. Woo! I've been to Bessemer before. Actually went to college down that way, so that's going to be kind of, home territory for me a little bit. Get some good memories down that way. But anyways, let's get on to the video. All right, Dad, we're back at it today. How'd your weekend go? Was it all right?
Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you with the camera on.
I guess all right.
I guess all right, yeah.
It's never long enough.
No, it ain't never long enough. That's the way it usually works. Let me give you guys this view real quick. Yeah. But, yeah, the weekend wasn't never long enough. I actually had to, went over to a friend's house. Well, my neighbor is literally across the street from where I live. We smoked some ribs this weekend. Yeah.
Guess you didn't get none.
Oh, well, hey, it's at the house. It's at the house. I forgot to grab them. Hey. It's all good, though. The joys of trucking. So, this is US 97 North crossing into Washington State up here. Elevation is going to climb pretty quickly. As you can see right over there, the road kind of wiggles and wags all the way up that hill. And then it comes, back up this way and then straight north. Mostly, kind of, in that direction, really. All the way to Canada. All the way to Kelowna, at least. Anyways. Yeah, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Hey, look at all this, guys. This time of year when everything's going from winter to spring, at least over here in Washington State, where the desert turns green, you get all the green fields coming back for at least a short time. It's real pretty. Makes me want to grab some cows and stick them on the field. Okay. Well, we're unloaded. Didn't exactly film it a whole lot because if you've seen one of my videos, you've seen them all. In that regard, got the gantry lift and hoist and all that jazz. And now we're headed to Moses Lake, pick up the backhaul, and it's a boom lift. So it's going to a Sun Rentals in Bessemer, Alabama. Now, trick is we got to get there before Friday at 5 o'clock because, yeah, that's when they close. So, got the hurry. And today's like Wednesday, Eastern time, it's about 1 o'clock. So, it'll probably take us a couple hours to get down to Moses Lake, and probably an hour and a half or so to get hooked up and chained up. And then run to, 36 hours to 40 hours to run to Bessemer. Probably run, I don't guess. We'll figure the route out later, but we'll go from there. Meanwhile, mountains. Ain't Ain't they pretty? Pretty day in Kelowna. Okay, short turn of events, and I did not film it because we were in a facility that we couldn't do it. We're already loaded up, headed to Bessemer, Alabama with this boom lift, a 41,000 pound boom lift. Dad over here is stupid excited. Me, however, 6 chains, we strapped it down, they loaded it up, we threw the chains down and we were gone. Probably took us 45 minutes in and out. From the time they loaded to the time we left the gate. So, other than that, I'll give you guys a video of it later when it's my turn to drive. But I got about, I don't know, probably 4 hours to lay down and take a nap. So we left our tandems together on our step deck. We didn't spread them out at all, mainly because the switch it needs some love. It needs a lot of love. Howdy, guys. What in the world do we got behind us? It's a boom truck, 41,000 pounds. I wanted to show you guys yesterday, but just didn't get to it. So, current predicament today is do not idle the truck. We have death issues right now, and those death issues are, they can shut us down. We got to get this truck in to Birmingham before Friday, because you know it's when they close. Friday at 4. It's when they close. Anyways, once we're there, we're about 3 hours from the house, and our DEF problem comes up whenever we idle. It shows the D rate, but the moment we get on the road and we start driving, D rate goes away. So logic would dictate don't stop driving, so we're going to do that. Also, I want to wish Timmy Gentry and the Gentry and Sons for crossing over 250,000 subscribers. I know that is a very, very big deal. But anyways, Timmy, Rax, you guys have a great channel. Keep pushing, keep going, keep doing. And hey, we'll meet on the road someday. Okay, a little bit of update. The DEF in the truck is gone. It's caused us to shut the truck down, although it's running right now. I'm not exactly sure why it's not wanting to function well, but it is not doing all the things that DEF needs to do in order to keep itself running. So, the struggle is, I was driving, it would come on and it'd say you have 3 hours before it derates. Well, it'd go away, and I drove my entire shift and I was fine. I gave it to Dad, he got about half of his shift and it was fine, and then it came on and then it wouldn't shut off, and so we found a place in Sioux Falls. No joke, we parked it, and no sooner than we parked it and the sign went away. Now we've checked in at this place, and waiting to hear back from tech guys. Wow, we're getting ready to pull in the bay already, huh?
Yep.
That's good. Now, we've been here for like, I don't know, how long have we been here now? What, 12, 13 hours already? Yeah, 12 hours.
About 7:30.
Yeah, we've been here about 12 hours. Dad's been off duty for 11 hours, 55 minutes. So, we are trying to head to Birmingham with this load. Obviously, it won't be there today, so I don't know if we'll end up getting delivered this week or not, because I know we got to go back to Canada Monday, and we've got cranes scheduled, so that's the struggle. So now it's just going to be get this truck and trailer back to the yard where we schedule delivery for this load later, and getting delivered those 2 boats, mainly because the cranes have already been scheduled. But Truck ain't happy. She's smoking from the rear. Ugh. Yeah. Smoking pretty good. She's already the first level D rate. I've never seen a truck get this bad. Never. Oh, and she died. Did she die?
No, I shut it off.
Oh, you shut it off. Oh, okay.
I want to see what. Yeah, just keeps the alarm off, basically. Well, hell, D-rate went away.
Yeah, the D rate keeps coming back and forward.
Oh, it'll come back. That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So what he seems to think is that there's an injector issue with cylinder 3. Just want to try to clear things out and get rid of the D rate, and maybe the injector 3 misfire will go away. But if not, then it's thinking that the injector is sticking open and causing all of our DEF issues. But we've had the actuator replaced before, like a couple months back.
What was that?
We've had the actuator replaced before, a couple months back.
Okay.
So.
I mean, 3 is really weak compared to all the other ones. Let's try 1 and 2.
An injector sounds fun to replace.
They're not.
They're not difficult at all.
What?
The injectors are not difficult at all.
They're not difficult to replace. They're expensive, but they're not like labor intensive to replace.
Oh, okay. It's not like the old N14s.
No, these ones are pretty simple. If I'm gonna guess what yours was for
2019, I think.
so you'll have a single overhead cam in it. You don't even pull the rockers off to put them in.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's about the nicest thing that Cummins has ever done for a mechanic.
Looks like everything's a go. We're going to go ahead and get the injector changed out. So they want us to drop our trailer in the front of the shop, and then they want to pull the truck in to the bay. It's going to be about 3.5 hours in order to do the entire job from start to finish. They're running to get the part now.
So drop the trailer in front of the shop?
On the concrete road out there. Because, you know, around here everything's kind of soft and they don't want the heavy trailers to be dropped. Yep. Regen's back, ain't it? Okay.
ABS lights on.
ABS lights on? Oh, okay. Well, we'll get that sorted too. Wash my thumb. Just a little bit. And now, reach in there. Once you lift up, that'll work too. Now, up. Now come forward. There we go. Some fifth wheels are different, but this one's got like a hook on it. So you pull it out, you lift up, and you push it back, and it's got a little hook that keeps it out. Drop the bags and pull it out. That's all we can do. Here we go. Let's get everything back together. And now we're getting ready to clear the codes and see the new injector fire up pretty good. And let's see if our temperature sensor and check engine light can go away finally. Or at least the dinging stops because the magnet on the inside works better. But yeah, I was hoping it wasn't this, the actuator. Okay, false start. We got everything changed, everything good to go, and we made a left-hand turn out of the parking lot, and the D rate came back. And the truck's still running very rough. Very, very rough. And I told Dad when we were hooking up to our trailer, it's still running rough, but I thought maybe it's running through a regen. And no sooner than we do that, yeah. So he's coming, he's bringing his computer. We're gonna hook it up, see what's going on. Meanwhile, delivery is going to happen probably Monday now. We're going to head home and then re-deliver this load Monday and then come back to the yard and then maybe go to Canada there. I'm not real sure on that, but we'll see. Okay, so what's ended up happening is the turbo and the VGT is failing on us. It's throwing all kinds of codes and craziness. And right now we're getting to pull the turbo off. We got to pull the coolant. We got to check the fins. In order to do all that, you got to pull the coolant in these ISX motors. Excuse me, X15s. And something to be very worried about is number six exhaust bolt is backed out a lot. When I say exhaust valve, so the overhead was ran a couple months ago, and since I wasn't there, I don't know just how bad it was. It's pretty bad. Like, might need a new head bad. So I don't suspect we'll be in this truck long. We're probably going to grab one of the new Macs that just came in. Okay, so we just replaced the injector, which we're still throwing codes for the injector. So he's going to be pulling all this off. This is the turbo. This is the actuator. This was replaced a couple months ago if you go back and look in the videos. Oh, she's a little warm. And we're going to check the fins, I'm assuming on both sides of this turbo. This is all one piece. Actually, it's two pieces. You can break it down into two, but in order to look at it properly, you got to drain the coolant. And yeah, so we're getting a level 1 D rate. That's pretty serious. So we'll get this done. And when it comes to this, delivery on that is going to be Monday. So if we can get back to the yard sometime, I don't know if it'll be this weekend, to be honest with you. We may get stuck in a hotel room and we'll just have to go from there. But if that's the case, I'll go ahead and push this video out for you guys this weekend and won't have to make ends worry too much. Anyways, I can tell you, she ain't going to Matt's. Once we left the shop, we did, before we put the injector in, we did one force regen. We got the ash load down to 50%. And then he replaced the injector. And then once I hooked back up to the trailer, got everything paid for, we're getting ready to go, it was still running rough. I mean, just running rough, like it was missing a cylinder. Sure enough, as soon as we left, check engine light wasn't on. It was cleared. We didn't even get a mile down the road. Check engine light came back on. First level regen came back on. And so we turned around, drove back to the shop, and dropped the trailer, put it in the bay, and 6 codes came up. One of them was the cylinder 3 misfire. The other one was the VGT turbo actuator failed, which wasn't actually failed. What happened is the soot level had collected so much inside the turbo that the vanes couldn't open and close properly. So the turbo's bad. Actuator's good. So luckily, we'll get the turbo thing situated. But we're still up in the woods about the whole cylinder 3 misfire. We're kind of hoping this will go away, but we looked at the wiring harness. He said the wiring harness to the injector was fine. Once the turbo is done, we'll just kind of go from there. But it's an expensive day today. I mean, if you guys are not ready for trucking, it's an expensive day. I mean, so far we're at $7,200 a day. Yeah. And the turbo that we're getting is not brand new. Now, luckily it does come with an actuator, which is a huge savings, mainly because that turbo and actuator came off of a 2022 Peterbilt, and the guy was deleting everything. So the truck, the engine literally had like 10,000 miles on it, not even that. and he got rid of all the after emissions treatment stuff. And this is where we're getting our turbo from. So we're saving about $3,000 going with this and getting a newer turbo and actuator together. So I don't know. We'll just have to go from there and see what they do. They're currently installing it right now, and we're going to go from there. And I'll keep you guys apprised. So I'm kind of hoping we're not going to sit here all weekend, but if we do, it's trucking. That's all I can say. It's trucking.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Levi.
So you can see here and here where it's supposed to be sweeping to. That's all farther it goes that way. That's all farther it goes that way. So it makes about less than half of what it should.
Gotcha. And the new one, which came off of a what year model Peterbilt?
Come on, Freightliner.
Yeah, it come out of a Freightliner. Same truck, but it was it'd be probably a 2021 engine.
Now,
2022.
Curiosity states, is that turbo bigger?
No, they're the exact same.
The exact same.
Yep.
Okay.
On the engine side, all the turbos are the same. It's not dependent on the truck.
Oh yeah. Fancy. Okay, got the truck and I'm going to take it for a test drive. And she's still running rough. She's running, sounds like she's running on one cylinder, but he cleared all the codes out and he's trying to see what stuck and what didn't stuck. So I want to do a thing. Hopefully, I guess this fixes it. I don't know. I seriously doubt placing a $4,500 turbo with a free actuator can fix it. But she has got a rough start. So, oh gosh, she sounds bad too. Hang on. I'll be. Put this down. All right, here we go. Well, guys, made it back to the shop. 16-minute ride and nothing. Just get them to replace the tail light, we'll be good. No sooner than I get into the door, I shut the engine off, came right back on. Hang on. Hey, bud. It just came on. I shut the engine off. I waited a second, and the light came back on. She's still running awful rough.
Shit. Yeah, I could hear it when you came in.
Do it, Dad?
I could hear it when you came in.
Yeah, it was just hard running rough.
So the D rate's back on?
It just popped on because I stopped it, set the brake, shut it off, waited a second, turned it back on. Peter saw it and instantly hit it. So let's see what the check engine code's reading, and then we can probably kind of go from there.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do about it tonight, though, but I'd like to see what was fixed.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the actuator's fixed. Now, pull it in.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now we fixed the turbo issue. Now we're running an overhead. I want to see what the overheads want to do, and once we get that done, yeah. And now these boys are really putting in the work. Let me tell you, they are putting in some serious work. And it's 6 o'clock here.
Check.
Yeah, I can't get on that.
Yeah. The cam's not eating itself, so that's a plus.
What do you think, Levi?
Well, I need to grab some feeler gauges. And
Yeah,
I need to bar it over. Well, those ones we gotta get.
This is cool.
That's way too tight. That's what I was afraid of. Like, way too tight. Yeah, exhaust is too. Intake's worse, but. Okay, well, let's go around and check 3. It's right on the rust. Okay. there is.
That one's loose, wasn't it?
What?
It's tight.
Yeah, well, that's
Sorry.
good. You definitely don't want jam nuts going loose, or you'll be having valves and sitting on top of pistons.
And they just have a party, don't they?
They already are, right? At the owner's expense.
It's what it always is. The owner ends up
they-
paying for it.
Yeah.
The owner's expense.
They have a real big party, and it real big expense too, because they take everything out.
So he's almost done all these yellows. He's done did. So he's working on this one and he's working on number 6 here in a second. I'm guessing that's where you're headed towards next. Number
5.
6. Number 5.
5
Okay.
is the last one.
Okay, so you done got number 6 already. That's right. Alrighty. Trying to button things up so we can fire the engine and reset it and see what happens. Okay, boys. It's almost 8 o'clock at night and we're still at it. And these guys are just awesome. Still trying to figure out the cylinder 3 misfire. What the mess. But look at that sunset. Ain't that nice? Yeah. Hopefully we won't spend our weekend here doing a reset. If we can get it fixed tonight, yeah. There's our trailer. With the boom truck. Hopefully we can go to the day's end tonight because we can't run the truck tonight. The cylinder misfire. What is off in the distance? The helicopter. Nice. Okay. Let's get back to it. You suck. Why don't you work right?